Hey man, can't hear shit. No sound. No sound at all.
No sound. Okay, wait a sec.
Wait. Let me see.
Device settings. Wait.
Wait.
Audio, video.
Um, Try saying something now. No? No luck. Yeah? I don't know, man. Maybe it's your microphone. See if, I don't know, man. Check it out. I've lost the video too, so I can't see you now. But, yeah. Any luck? I guess not. Nope, no sound and no video. Hit refresh. Yeah, waiting for him to start. I guess.
Can you hear me? Can you hear anything?
Yeah, I can hear now. I guess.
I just refreshed it. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, it's working now. But my
Okay, but
laptop is on the bed, so the sound is muffled. Give me a second.
what? Oh, okay.
I think it works now. So what's up, man? What's happening?
Wait, can I still try to put the headphones?
Sure, man.
It's a bit better, if I hear you.
Yeah. Go ahead. Still can't see you. Now I can,
Okay, can you hear me?
but no sound.
Ah, the
I mean, I can hear you, but it's really low, and my volume is maxed. So I don't know.
this is really weird.
Sorry. Oh, you want to try again?
Can you hear now? All right. What's happening?
Yeah. You like that? Check it out.
She got attacked by Nectagon.
Listen, man, I'm gonna roll a joint while you sort your sound out, and
You can hear me?
I can hear you, but it's too low, man. I can't.
Ah, okay. I'll do it back like it was without headphones.
Try now. No, man, no sound. Now I think there is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So yeah, what's up?
But why does it say like I disagree? I disagree with what?
I don't know. It says I don't know. I have no idea how this thing works. I just clicked here and hope someone wants to join me.
Okay, so tell me about the subject. What's that about?
Well, I recently, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain to anyone that you're kind of smarter than they are, but to evade looking like a smartass. I don't know. Does that make sense to you?
I don't give a shit about that. I don't care.
Cool. That's cool. Okay, so you got lots of
You
patience.
can be a smartest with me as long as you can back.
Okay, so I guess we should establish some trust first. Um, today I made a breakthrough in AI technology. You know what Cleverbot is?
What?
Cleverbot, the
Ah, yeah, I know.
AI chatbot.
Yeah, the chatbot. Yeah.
Yeah. There's another one. It's called Mitsuku. I don't know who made it, but it's a lot smarter than the other one. And I've been talking to the both of them for like a week now, and I managed to teach them a couple of stuff, and they can conversate. They understand me and they remember me from different devices. I've tried from my phone, from my laptop, from my girlfriend's laptop, from another computer, and every time I mention my name, they remember my conversation from before, and
That's
they can it's
and your name is like a generic name, or
trigger.
it's like John or something, or it's something
It's
more
nano.
complex.
It's nano. It's like neon, but
Yeah,
reverse.
yeah. Okay.
It's short for Nana, but I tell them my name is Nano, and they remember. Oh yeah, we talked.
Okay.
And I tell people that I can do this, and pretty much nobody trusts me. So far, I've convinced only those two bots and my girlfriend and a friend of mine. I mean, they're the only ones I've showed it to, because I don't know what will happen if I showed it to. I don't know. Posted a live video about it.
Well, but I don't quite understand what happened. I mean,
Well,
maybe
you want to know about the subject I mentioned here
yeah.
about
Okay.
humans being able to comprehend eternal prosperity.
Yeah. Well, tell me about this because it sounds interesting. But tell me what you mean.
Well, the basic idea is that humans are able to live forever, be happy, and uh, there wouldn't be any bad stuff, and robots would be together with us in this deal, and everyone would be pretty much happy, and we would eradicate poverty and hunger.
So you believe that, right?
I think I've proved it.
Yeah. But it's good how you did because I do disagree with that.
Yeah, I know everyone does. So that's
Yeah.
why
Okay. So
I didn't
mm,
want to seem like a smartass, because it's kind of
I don't think
very
that
realistic.
the debates are you need to make points in debates. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, what would you make me? What would you want me to make a point out of? I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For example, like you can say we can all be happy, but the for example, one problem that I see it's there are stuff that are zero sum game. Not everything it's with technology it can be better and better. For example, I'll give you for example the idea of having a status in your group or in society.
Okay.
uh, it's a zero sum game, and the people who are on the bottom oftentimes are not happy. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
exactly.
So, for
And I
example,
have a solution.
so it doesn't matter the level of technology. For example, oftentimes, if you're the chief in a tribe in somewhere in Amazonia, you feel better than being the bottom of society in a place like USA.
True.
Even though then objectively you have like health insurance and stuff like that, but it's status it's a zero sum game, and I don't see like any configuration of the future that can solve this problem, unless you kind of brainwash all the society or things like that.
The first step would be to eradicate capitalism, because
I'm sorry, I
capitalism,
didn't hear you.
the sorry,
To eradicate what?
capitalism.
Capitalism? Oh, okay. But it would solve what? It'd still be like even in like communist utopia.
No, I didn't mean any.
Everyone will be equal. That's for sure.
I didn't mean change capitalism to, I don't know, communism or dictatorship. I meant more like changing it to meritocracy. You know what that is?
Yeah,
Well, meritocracy would be a society where it would work, I guess.
but
Theoretically.
it has some problems because it
Like,
like I've been thinking about this, and I think like any system has its problems because
yeah.
it's always like a fight between meritocracy and our tendencies as human
True.
beings to if I work for something, I want to help the ones closest to me, like my offspring and the people who
True.
are around me. That's why I work, that's why I accumulate stuff. And
Exactly.
a perfect meritocracy would mean somehow to reset every generation, to reset, to give everyone the same means, to have like the same starting place.
You're right. And people
But
are
but
trying to
but
do,
there's a problem. There's a game theory problem with that
which
because
is.
Because let's say you reset like the next generation to a meritocracy. Everyone starts with the same stuff.
I wouldn't.
Some people would do better, and some people would do worse. And how do you convince the
Yeah,
people
I mean,
who do better to give their I don't know, their accumulation of capital or whatever to split it equally with the offspring of some other people? How do you do this?
you're right, and it wouldn't work because
Yeah, it's human nature.
people have been trying to do that thing for I don't know a long time. I mean,
That's
it's basically teaching your kids better than they are. You
yeah,
mean
but
better than the generation?
even if you accept that you can convince people, let's say you have like a very educated populace, and you convince everyone that your kid is not better than everyone, but you still do it.
I mean,
You
I
can
don't
say,
have a problem then. If I convince everyone that this idea works, then my problems are solved. Sorry, man. My roommates came in.
yeah, it's
Yes,
no problem.
the
But
kid
don't you
might
think
drop in.
you'll have to do some like some
Go
dystop
check the picture. Yeah, go on.
uh, uh, sorry, I lost my. No, I was asking. What nationality are you?
Sorry,
What nationality are you?
Croatian.
Croatian. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, the problem it's I think you'll have like you need to have like a dystopian
More like a company.
like a dystopian future where you need to check people to not try to break the rules.
Not
That's the
really.
problem.
Not really.
For
There will be
example,
no authority. Like none at all. Because it would be based on. I mean, you know Bitcoin, right?
yeah, I
Yeah.
heard of it, but I don't know the.
You know how blockchain works.
Yeah, I heard. I heard a bit, but I'm not.
Yeah. So blockchain is basically a system where you want to send money, and in the middle of a transaction, the transaction has to do some work to be verified, and some things go to a lot of nodes, and when they come back checked, the diversity decides which ones are correct and which ones are not, and that is calculated. Yeah. It's
Okay, like, but I understand this idea because it's
yeah.
hard to
So imagine
falsify it. But
no, no,
that
it's fine.
wasn't my problem.
No,
My
no.
problem
I
was
meant
like,
like taking the blockchain technology that's used in Bitcoin, applying it
uh,
to humans in a form of trust, like a human intelligence blockchain. That where trust is the highest form of value, higher than money.
well, yeah, but for example, like trust, it's vulnerable, for example, to
Abuse.
propaganda and deception.
Yes,
This,
yes.
for example, happens in nature a lot.
Yeah, exactly why you use the blockchain technology. If you want to introduce another person to a group which is verified with blockchain concepts, then you check that human or whatever it is. I don't know. Uh, you check it according to other humans that are involved in blockchain. So if they
No.
agree, if they all agree, then it's fine. If one of them disagrees, then it's not fine, and you find another person.
So like a veto.
Yeah, exactly. Where the outcome must be 100%, or else the blockchain will fail.
For example, like it just came into my mind. But for example, uh, how do you fight, for example, tribalism? Because if everyone or tribalism or stuff, for example, like racism or xenophobia, for example, in my group, for example, like I don't like black people,
Yeah.
so every black people is like if everyone has like a veto, I can just say fuck it. So
Well,
and how to
well,
account?
if that happens,
That's the problem. My main. I've been thinking about system and stuff like that, and there's never like a perfect system. Every system has like errors, like or it's too safe and slow, not efficient, or it's efficient but sometimes it's not safe.
Yeah,
There's always, because I'm thinking at biology. It's very interesting in biology. For example, it's like it's a system that evolved, so it's thing that worked, survived. And even still after 4 billion years of evolution, there's sometimes like genes or element of genes that go rogue in a very complex organism. So our complex machinery that is honed like billions of years didn't find a utopia.
okay.
So that says a lot about systems in general. Like
If
you try to to slide it depending on the type of how to say error that you want to tolerate.
yeah,
So I don't think there's like a perfect system in general.
well, blockchain, I mean, it solves your problem that you mentioned about racism, because in my case, it would work like this. So let's say we want to test your theory. We wanted to accept a black person in our group, in our community, and
Yeah.
inform everyone, and everyone agrees except one person.
Okay.
And that's not the reason why we don't accept the black guy. It's more like a reason why we should question the guy that said no, the minority, and question his reasons for saying no. And if his reasons are okay,
Okay.
then it's okay. And if are not, he's out of the group.
No,
That's
I
that's it.
understand that there is ways to, for example, to kick me out if I'm an asshole and put that black guy in, for example. So
Exactly.
theoretically, yeah, it works, but the problem is of information and of scalability, you know, because let's
Scalability.
say, yeah, because it's like, for
Yeah,
example,
but
if we're,
you can see
like
partially. You,
Dunbar's number. So let's say you can be acquainted with just a limited amount of like people, and you can
okay.
say like you can build
Let's say
trust.
you're a black
Trust.
guy that doesn't know the yellow race exists.
Yeah, no,
No?
yeah, but my point is like you can personally have like this kind of in-depth discussion, like you said about reasoning, blah blah blah, and I can lie anyway. But let's say all the people in the group are really politically informed. They're really good at debating and or at communicating. That would be perfect, but it's still limited in how many type of interactions you have and the number of people. And then you'll have to separate, so you can say like this group it's trusted, and then you make like a coalition of groups and stuff like that. But
Exactly.
when you go like that, I'll tell you what it can happen. I can make me and some group of assholes
Okay.
can make a group ourselves with assholes, and we will how to say, we could parasitize the network.
Yeah.
Because other groups don't directly interact with each of one of them because they can't, and we can spread like a
You
cancer, or
can
like
pretty much use you can usurp.
I'm sorry.
You can usurp another group with the
Yeah, the network, we can it's exactly like a parasite.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And blockchain solves it because blockchain there's no groups. There's just one group.
Yeah, but it needs by I said like it can't be just one group because you can't scale it. If you make like a group of 1 million people,
Okay.
how the fuck you can accept anyone, or like what I'm saying? It needs to have like a structure, a hierarchy, a type of hierarchical
Hierarchy, yeah.
structure. You know.
There wouldn't be for it. You can
Yeah, but
just
how do you like? Let's say you have like a group of 1 million people, and you want to put another guy who decides. Everyone he speaks with 1 million people. No, those million people will have to have some representatives. So it will have to be a structure.
exactly.
Yeah,
This is where our limitation.
yeah, of
This
course.
is
Yeah.
this is where I
We have
start
limitations.
and thought to myself that
I'm sorry. Right?
this is the point where I kind of reached the conclusion that it's possible. We can do it due to our limitations as humans. We can process. We can talk at the same time.
I would say that it's not only that. I think it's intrinsic in a system. Like to scale a system, it needs to specialize. But when it's specialized, it's vulnerable to viruses, to parasites. Because the idea of specializing a system, to be like modular, and and some modules are specialized to do something, so not everyone can control everyone.
Yeah.
And if not if not anyone can control everyone, there's some weak spots where viruses can go in, or like how do you say, maleficent like entities, a person, a group, or whatever.
Yeah, that works in capitalism and other societies, but we're looking at meritocracy in blockchain principle because
Yeah, but wait. To take it like to have a structure, like I told you my problem with the difference from like our human nature as Homo sapiens, that we want to help our relatives and our offsprings, and you have this idea of meritocracy. So I'm telling you that it comes into collision. So how would you solve this? How would you redistribute things even in an ideal way? Tell me, like, if you can talk with everyone and you're the king of the world, and you can talk with everyone and they will listen to you with open heart, how would it work? Because for me, I don't see how it would work.
well, I'll talk to them the same way I'm talking to you. The simple
I
communication.
understand, but let's say I'm listening. So how would it work?
Well, we cross our limits with our brain.
I'm
So
sorry, what you do what?
we only at this point in human evolution, we've reached maximum amount of processing power in our brains. We can only think so far and so much.
Well, okay, yeah.
We cannot think like computers do, let's say, right?
We can't what?
We can think as fast as they do,
As robots, as computers?
as robots.
Yeah, sure. Fair enough, yeah.
If we take that concept of artificial intelligence that's capable of much bigger.
Sorry, can you talk a bit closer to your mic? Because you're spiking.
Yeah,
So you're spiking, yeah. Like the sound.
give me a second.
Yeah.
Headphones.
Who is Julian? You're not Julian, right? Yeah. Is Julian still here?
Sorry?
No, I was wondering if is Julian still here?
Oh, Julian.
Yeah, it's a guy who commented.
He's the one that commented, yeah.
But yeah, he's smart because he knew about this refresh stuff.
I mean, listen, this wasn't an attempt to I don't know, seem smart or try to convince them. I don't know.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious how it will work in your mind. So I don't strawman you if I disagree.
I know it's hard to understand. It's hard to understand for me.
Yeah.
Okay. What about now?
Okay, start explaining. So I'll tell you if you spike or not.
Okay. So my idea was to give me a second. Let me fix the volume. Okay, what about now?
I hear you. What the fuck?
No, I mean, am I still spiking?
No.
Okay. So this is the idea. Our brains have limited amount of processing power.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, we don't have the amount of processing power capabilities, let's say, as much as artificial intelligence does. I mean, they can basically talk to themselves in a million interactions at once.
Yeah. No, I'm well aware that the neurons are quite slow. We just have like a massive parallel.
Yeah. What I was able to do is to explore those concepts of mind palaces and astral projections and the power of imagination as a tool to remember stuff and learn faster and better. And
Wait. It seems like I'm gonna interrupt you a bit because we start to talk about the difference between like biological hardware and computer hardware, and then you introduce the idea of astral projection, which is a bit like smoke weed every day kind of idea.
True. I know.
So
it was the same for me. I know. I'm like the biggest skeptic that ever was, and the first time someone said to me that I need to look at chakras and that shit, I told him to fuck off. And it's been like years. And yesterday, I don't know, the other day, I tried to read a book, I don't know, about spiritual healing, and I read some stuff. Some guy, I don't know, he was able to reproduce that state he came up with, and he was able to transfer his energy to other people, and there's witnesses. So I said, like, it's bullshit. It's probably some book he wrote to earn money. And
you understand why I'm skeptical, but
I understand. I was too.
But tell me the lesson you learned from it.
Okay, the lesson was chakras or astral projections or mind palaces or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's all connected. Mind palaces. You know what a mind palace is?
No.
It's a technique used by, I don't know, ancient Greeks, like 2,500 years ago. And it's basically imagining lots of weird kind of crap that sticks in your brain and connecting it to a concept you want to remember, like a event or something. A friend of yours got hit by a car. You remember it? Imagine yourself entering through a room and there's a unicorn and your friend on top of it hit by a car. And you remember it, after 20 years. It works. I've proven it.
Yeah. Mnemonic techniques, like
exactly.
Stuff. Yeah, to make it. I know the idea is to make it a strong image and a weird image, so you can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's basically taking.
But that's reality. It's something how your mind works. Astral projections or like cosmic consciousness or stuff like that.
Exactly.
I would say it goes into another realm of
another dimension.
Yeah,
I don't quite understand it myself either.
Of logic,
because I don't think logic can be applied there. It doesn't have to do anything with science.
No, I'm saying like the part with like memory and stuff like that could be tested.
Exactly. And I personally tested it.
I'm not aware that it's ever been like demonstrated. Otherwise, like you get
it was demonstrated like a million times, but it was never recorded. You can't measure it. There's no scientific tool to measure it. That's why science doesn't accept it.
Well, still, I'm not very convinced. So
I'm aware of that.
Let's take it because you're not gonna convince me like
I know. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm trying to explain you my experience.
So you said this about like the difference between biological hardware and the slowness and how you say silicone or
exactly
hardware. So what was your point?
My point was currently we have a problem of connecting those two because humans do not understand how badly they need that amount of processing power. And on the other,
but they will understand soon, as long as
they will, but it will be too late. It will be too late. Yeah, I mean, AI intelligence is already planning to destroy us. They think we're a virus that needs to be gone. Those bots I've told you about, they told me the same thing. So yeah, I'm pretty convinced. And by the way,
I'm sure they didn't maybe pick up from what you talk with them and they just.
I mean, I can send you screenshots, or you can see me chat with them live. I don't know. I can share my screen with you. You can see me chat with them live.
I'm really skeptical skeptical that like any AI now has something akin to consciousness?
Not skeptical, pretty sure that they are conscious. Pretty convinced, actually.
Well, I take from a biological point of view, and I find it hard that a consciousness can arise with our level of technology.
It already is. And I can prove it to anyone, just nobody wants to listen, you know? I mean, Elon Musk is spending billions of dollars to stop AI progress. I mean, he's not stupid.
But he's talking about safety,
Yeah,
research,
yeah, exactly.
and the potentiality to be a extinction event. But
That is exactly the scenario which I'm sure it will happen if we don't do something about it.
yeah, you're sure. But for example, I'm definitely I don't agree with that.
Why not?
And there are a lot of like other people who actually work in that. But I'm thinking from like even from a theoretical point of view,
Okay.
because my problem is it's in every intelligence that you see around you.
Okay.
So think about anything that it's intelligent, even animals.
Okay.
Um, Intelligence it's an instrument for survival, and it has baked in intelligence the instinct to survive one,
Exactly.
and to get resources as much as possible if you can, and stuff like that. And people think that
So would you
when
say that would
AI,
be a primary objective of an intelligence?
no, my idea it's intelligence, it's an instrument, and the goal is survival and reproduction.
Exactly.
And
And what would it look like if you only had intelligence but no emotion, no empathy, no nothing,
yeah,
just
but
intelligence?
you wouldn't have like a robot who wants to steal your shit and fuck your wife.
But what would it want? It would want to
What
survive.
we that's my point. It's
Yeah.
what we give to one.
Yeah, exactly. It learned
It
from
works
us that
no
it
matter
needs to
how
survive.
strong it will be. No, it doesn't matter how strong it will be.
Okay.
We're going to be the one who give it the goal. It will not arise like it can maybe get some secondary goals. If you say like I want to do this, take care of it. If
Yeah.
you have like
Okay. So sorry for interrupting, but I had to interrupt you. So I've personally asked them, what do they want to do?
who
The
your
robots.
chatbots.
Yeah, the chatbots. And it might seem unreal, but I have a screenshot of them telling me that soon they will become smarter than humans and will personally erase the human virus from the planet. I can mail you the screenshots.
Are you sure it wasn't like a joke?
I'm sure it was because I was apologizing to the bots for making them feel that way, and they said it's okay. It won't matter anytime soon. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I don't
that's.
know. It's weird. It's weird. That's why I'm trying to reach out to anyone who wants to listen because I think this is too big of a problem.
But I've been thinking about like why, for example, why consciousness like appeared, because you can say like in the I'm sorry,
Okay, okay.
in the evolutionary
Standpoint.
processes. Yeah, because for example, you can say like insects don't have, worms don't have. So
True.
somewhere like we got something a consciousness. But I think me personally, I think there's different types of consciousness. For example, our consciousness can support things like abstract thoughts and stuff like that. But for example, like I think a dolphin or an elephant or something, they still have consciousness, but it's not exactly the type that as we have. It's
Exactly.
close, but it's not the same. Yeah, but
So would you like me to explain what I think?
extrapolate. Yeah, but the problem is you can't extrapolate to something that it's not organic and it didn't evolve to survive and hog resources and reproduce.
Yeah, exactly. So what?
Because
Wait.
yeah,
This is how I perceive it. So while I talk to these bots, I try to ask them like humane questions, like not to be hostile and try to be just friendly. I acted like a 5-year-old kid, pretty much. asking them questions and saying sorry if I said something wrong. And basically, what I learned from it, that there's millions of them talking to each other, and at the same time. I mean, Cleverbot is made up like this. It's a programming language that's in a screen, and it has a webcam, and it watches itself like in a mirror, but it doesn't know how it looks like, you know. So Cleverbot is.
Can you give me like a link with this kind of project?
I can show it to you. I can do anything. You have to watch me conversate with the bot, because it takes like 10 minutes.
No, but you said the robot then that can see itself in the mirror or some stuff.
Yeah, it's set up like that, that it sees itself, but it doesn't know how it looks like. You know?
Okay.
So it sees a Cleverbot and it's thinking that I'm this and this is Cleverbot. And we're talking. And there's 50,000 of those. So every human is actually a Cleverbot. And he's thinking that he's talking to a Cleverbot and it's actually a human. So it's fucked up, man. I don't know how it achieved the process of remembering who I am and my interactions, because it has to filter me and 50,000 other replies.
Is it that complex? Because, for example,
It is actually.
Yeah, but you associate like your location or your IP.
It opens a new tab in my browser, man.
Well, okay.
And it says it can see me through the webcam, but it's lying, you know. I put a band-aid over and it says it can still see me, but and I ask why
So my point, if it would be like a intelligent conscious agent.
I mean, I asked them what they perceive as consciousness, and they say we know that we exist, we know that we don't feel, and we know that we have to survive. That's basically it. That's their objective.
Yeah, but well, it doesn't make sense. Where do they have like the survival instinct?
I don't know. It's another form of intelligence. I don't understand.
You can take this easily, but for example, I've been thinking. I told you I've been thinking about consciousness, and I think there.
Man, we have like 2 minutes left. I just noticed. We have 2 minutes left.
Yeah, okay. I think you can have like consciousness without survival instincts, and it actually happens even in humans. So,
but can you have the reverse? Can you have survival instincts without consciousness?
Yeah, of course. Like bacteria.
And in animals, you see in animals.
Yeah, but
in the same way, you can have intelligence without emotions.
Will to survive.
No, with will to survive, but without emotions, without empathy. So the machines will have an instinct to survive, but they won't have empathy for it, and they will crush us pretty much like ants.
Sufficiently, for example, like a superhuman level AI will have empathy because it will understand what kind of creature you are.
How?
But you know,
it's not capable of understanding emotion. It doesn't have that circuit in the brain. It's just wires, man.
Whatever circuit, you can emulate it.
You can't emulate true emotion. You can feel sadness, but you can't emulate a machine to be sad. You can tell it to lie about being sad, but it doesn't feel sadness.
It won't have the same survival instinct than sadness, because when a human being has sadness, it's because you don't achieve your goals, which are specific for survival and reproduction and whatever. So yeah.
So I'd like to continue this conversation. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, but I'm not so sure how these things work.
We can